Well, I read the script and I thought it was a really intriguing story about two young boys and very authentic. Having grown up in Tennessee, I don't read a lot of Southern writing that's very. All the dialogue was very accurate. The setting was really accurate, and I thought he just did a really incredible job of, telling a story about two young boys in the contemporary South, and so then I was interested in seeing his movie. So I saw Shotgun Stories, and I saw Take Shelter, and they were both so good. And then I met with Jeff, and he asked me to do the movie, and I thought it was a great opportunity to sort of reconnect with my Southern roots. Well, Jeff is great. He's very thoughtful. Obviously, he wrote the script and he's directing it, so he's really thought about how he wants things to look when he writes it in the script, and how he wants people to sound. He's which is good, and he's just got a very interesting perspective. I think his writing is very imaginative. I think Ty is a great young actor. I mean, I find him remarkably composed for such a young man, and I think it's so important that, young people are sort of portrayed with a thoughtfulness, and he certainly brings that to the role. He's very almost introspective. You can kind of tell there's a lot going on in his mind that's passing his face, but you don't hear him say it. So I think, he's on the verge of being a man, and it's at that great moment in people's lives where they're just about to cross over, and is obviously the whole movie hinges on him and his performance, and Jacob and his performance. So I was really curious to see who they were going to be, and Jeff called me and told me he was super excited when he cast them. So it's been really nice working with him. Jacob is so cute. He's the real deal. He's really from Arkansas, and you can hear it in his voice, and it actually reminds me a lot of how I had a similar experience where I was found in Nashville when I was 14 years old to star in a movie actually, and I think he's having a very similar experience. Like, I can't believe this is happening, and it kind of was nice for me because it was like sort of, oh, that's how I used to be, and I used to have a very heavy Southern accent, and he's just sweet, and his mom's super sweet, and he brings a lot of humor to the movie because he's just so authentic and country. Juniper is, she's a woman, on the run, living in a hotel room, sort of transient, doesn't know which way to go, and she gets herself kind of in a bad situation because she's with a man who beat her up pretty bad, and then she ends up calling Mud to help her out of that situation, which apparently she just sort of does over and over again. Every time she gets in trouble, she calls Mud, and she and Mud have known each other since they were kids, and he was always the person that she called to sort of fix things for her or make it better, and now he's killed a man, and and he told her to come and hide, wait for him, and so she's sort of kind of in a little bit of a purgatory, sitting in this hotel room waiting to figure out where she's going to go next. Is she going to go with him? Is she going to run away? You kind of don't know. She's sort of mysterious. She's a little enigmatic, and she's referred to a lot in the movie, but you don't really see her much, and she's talked about a lot, which was kind of appealing for me because I like movies where you don't know everything about everybody, and it's up to the audience to decide how they feel about them. So I think Jeff does a really good job in the script sort of creating that mystery about Juniper. He really creates a lot of mystery about Mud, like, is there something wrong with Mud? Don't really know. He doesn't really tell you too much, so I think he really puts it out there for the audience to figure out for themselves, which is nice. I looked at a lot of pictures. I tried to find characters that, you know, photographs of, actually I looked at a lot of like girls, motocross girls, stuff, girls that go to motocross events and things like that, which is sort of uniquely Southern. Actually, a lot of people like motocross. It just feels particularly Southern to me. To find different inspiration, and I also think, you know, she's got something magnetic about her. You know, there's something about her that gets her way whenever she wants it. So I tried to find pictures of women like that. But honestly, the truth is, trying to find characters that are reflective of this character in movies or in contemporary literature are difficult. And I think that's part of the reason why I was really interested in making this film, because there aren't a lot of Southern filmmakers. There's not a lot of really authentic Southern filmmakers. So Mud is an interesting character. He's sort of mysterious, and he's hiding out on this island, trying to repair this boat so he can sort of escape the law and escape these people who are out to get him. He killed a man that was hurting my character, Juniper. I don't know, he's sort of I don't know what's wrong with Mud. There's something wrong with Mud, but you don't know what. Well, I think that's one of the best parts about the script, is that it's a relationship that's discussed between lots of different people, but not between the two people who are having the relationship. So you kind of don't know what the nature of it is, and you're kind of left to figure it out for yourself, because, I mean, most relationships, I would say, are indecipherable, you know? And really, it's the perspective of other people around you that sort of inform it. And I think that's how we sort of piece together what's happening in their lives. But you kind of don't know if Juniper's a bad girl, a person with a lot of regret or remorse, or cold and heartless, or really caring and feeling and loving. And she makes a lot of interesting choices in the film that really sort of make you question her character. I think the core of the movie is about this young man's discovery of love, and what is it, you know? What is a relationship, and what does it mean to be with somebody, and what does it mean to care about someone? And I think he has some ideas at the beginning of the film that are sort of dispelled and shattered a little bit, and but I think there's a lot to be learned when you're 14 years old and you fall in love for the first time, and your parents are splitting up, and you have a lot of information come your way. And I think, you know, at the heart of it, it's about, you know, what is romantic love? That you feel fearless, and I think there's something really intriguing about Mud as a person. I think he draws people in, and maybe it's the mystery of him, maybe it's the excitement of it, living in a small town where not a lot happens. I think you can get really drawn into trouble. And also, I think he's really carried by this romantic notion of helping a man reconnect with the love of his life. Just based on the script and the filmmaker, and I just think Jeff is really extraordinary. He's got an incredible voice. He's a really talented writer, and he's a great director, and it's exciting to work with, you know, people who are, you know, emerging and, you know, full of new ideas, and don't feel beaten down by the Hollywood movie business yet. He'll get there. It won't take long.